Yeah, hang on a minute, okay?
Okay, we're live from Port Huron, Michigan. It's Paul Murray and Friends. All right. Okay, do the pop-out chat. Boom. Well, I'm sure I have a lot better luck with this monitor, Paul. Every once in a while it goes, oh, but it comes right back on again. I don't know if it's doing a test to see if it's being used or what, but I don't have to keep going and looking for it or whatever. It's always there. So that's good.
Yeah, I got to change the channel for Dallas. Be right back.
Yep, not a problem. Everybody should start coming in pretty quick. Let me see. AZ, where are you? We're looking for you, AZ. Do I see you, AZ? No, come on. I know you're in there someplace. Okay. Just say hi quick. Come on, you go. Hi. Yep. Now, Corey's going to beat you. You watch out now. Yep. Oh, hey, it's Lynn. Wow, I was wrong. Hey, Lynn, how you doing?
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I had to go put a second sign up today. All up at Harrietsville.
Why?
Well, I think Mia was over here today. She did a wonderful job of moving leaves around.
Yes, she did.
And worked hard.
She said she was going to go over and see her Uncle Jim. Yeah.
Yep. Well, you had some therapy today. I thought you had to go back to the dentist or something, wasn't it? Today. But anyways, Paul's on the phone, I think with a tenant upstairs right now, but so it's just me again. Me again, Martha. Anyways. Oh, foot today. Okay. Had to have some therapy on a foot, eh? Okay.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, you're back, are you?
He's here.
So anyways, Paul, they had to go do a second sign this afternoon after I went and seen the kids, right?
Yeah.
So what the heck? Abnormal video playing? What the hell was that about? Oh, there's Diane. That was an hour ago. Um, anyways, so I was out there. I can buy a farm. There's a whole bunch of smoke coming out behind it, but I looked over. Oh, there's a pile over there, just burning leaves or doing something. Smelled like it.
Yeah.
So good hell to roll over further and holy crap, here comes all the fire trucks.
Oh, really?
I took the drone with me. So anyways, I thought, just in case. So I went around the side road and come up there and all the smoke, but they're putting it out wasn't nothing. It was just looked like a pile of crap was burning. Like, there was no big danger going on or anything else like that, right?
I got more junk mail today.
Yeah, it was pretty close to a cornfield that was all dried out. So
I get sick and tired of the junk mail.
yeah, oh yeah. Boy, there's no more chicken in that dish there, Gracie. Hey, Wayne B, good evening. Welcome. Oh, here comes Elmer Fudd. Hey, Garth.
Hey. Hey, Paul, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Paul Murray. 2 questions, okay? First question. What is Studio B?
It's right behind Studio A.
Okay.
There's a story to it.
Well, okay. All right. So I guess it's a secret story then, eh?
Well,
No, it's just
not a good
that
story.
Paul and I used to be on another channel a lot.
Yeah.
And so the other channel thought that I should
Was
go live.
away.
And so I became Studio B.
Okay, cool. So it has some history behind it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Second question. Either one of the Pauls can answer this question or both. Okay. When you're flying a property, okay. And does the owner of the property, if it's a private property, obviously, have can they stop you from filming above the property? I mean, is
No.
there,
Well, the property that you're flying, like, well,
No, they can't stop you from flying wherever you want to fly.
see what the rules and regulations are. You know, like well, here, Transport Canada, anything above a blade of grass is considered airspace, which is owned by Transport Canada. Now, they can stop you from taking off or landing on private property,
okay,
but if you take off from public property, sorry about your luck.
okay, so if you wanted to film above like you wanted to say you wanted to film a park or a historical building, okay, or house, okay, you wouldn't have to necessarily get, unless there was some air restriction above it, okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
You have to just follow the air restrictions. It doesn't, the property owners have nothing to say.
Remember you said there was technically.
Well,
Yeah.
but it might fall in, depends how low you are, it could fall in under privacy laws, right? It depends on if you have that right.
Over here,
No offense, you don't have right to
over here,
privacy.
privacy laws don't take effect.
Okay.
Simply because they've had court cases like in New York City and stuff, and people with skyscrapers. There's an assumption of privacy if you maintain your privacy. In other words,
Okay.
like people in skyscrapers had these big glass walls, and they were pissed because people could see in. Well, that's not that's not the people that are seeing in problem. That's your problem.
Right, yeah.
You don't want anybody to see what you got going on. That's your problem.
Yeah.
Okay,
Those are-
so airspace, as far as a camera and a drone are concerned, it's the same as being on a public sidewalk, like if I was,
Yeah.
say if I
Yeah.
was in the public sidewalk in front of Paul's house, I could film his house,
Sure.
okay? And
Yeah, well, you're allowed to get a little upset with you because you're doing it or wonder why the hell you are or whatever.
yeah, but it's legal.
But the thing is, if you're taking out from public property, you can't really be stopped, except there is some instances like, by a military base or
Right.
restricted flying areas or whatever.
Right,
Be
they
it
would,
bars or whatever,
Right.
but
yeah, that would have those kinds of things like a prison or something like that, they would have air
Yeah.
restrictions to start off with, okay?
But I mean, if you flew up to Paul's house and right at his window, looking in the window with the camera, now that will affect your privacy laws here in Canada, anyways. But if you're, flying back 200, 300 feet, or even, it's no different than holding your cell phone up, right?
And see, that's the point that Paul's making is we call them Karens over here. And that Karens can whine about you're spying on me.
Right,
And you're like 150 feet just going from point A to point B. And she says, yeah, but you're flying over, you're spying on me. Get the hell out of here.
Okay, it's because it's public airspace, okay?
That's right.
Yeah, public airspace, unless it's restricted by the government, by the FAA.
And there's not that much that is.
Yeah.
Okay. The reason why it came to mind, I was watching, I kind of not follow, but I kind of a Frank Lloyd Wright buff, okay? You know, and I was thinking, well, gee whiz, I was thinking about going to Buffalo and visiting this one large Frank Lloyd Wright property there that's been recently renovated.
Yeah.
And I've been there before, but you know, never when it was renovated, okay? And I was thinking, well, gee whiz, I wonder if you can actually fly over the top of it, you know, because the places that I've been around the country, Frank Lloyd Wright buildings that were owned by some colleges and foundations and things like that, even some privately held houses and buildings, okay? They have, when you're taking a tour, you are absolutely restricted from you cannot take photos, okay? You know what I mean? And I mean, it's probably, you know, loosened up a lot in the last, and I'm really going back 20 years in history, and it's gotten a lot better over the last 20 years, you know, where a lot of the houses are, you know, they allow you to take photos and stuff like that.
Well, when in doubt, if you really want to protect yourself, ask.
Yeah, either protect yourself or get them to get mad at you, right? You know, so because you know, some people don't, if they don't know the law, they think they're the law.
Oh, they think they know the law. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what we call the Kens and Karens in life.
Um,
They'll tell you everything.
But see, Corey just put a link in the chat there for the Canadian laws. But the privacy laws don't mention drones by name, but you can still may not be charged under, you know, flying a drone or whatever, but you can be charged for, you know, voyaging, mischief, creating a nuisance or whatever. You know, like, well, basically misdemeanor while voyeurism, it probably isn't. But the thing is, it's,
Well,
I mean, you can do it with a cell phone on a stick in somebody's house, right?
yeah, you know, I know from watching, you know, First Amendment audits and stuff, if you're on a public sidewalk, okay, and you're filming or taking photographs or video or whatever, okay, you can film anything that you can see from public, okay?
Yeah.
Like, for example, the bank, okay, banks really get all pissed off at these auditors because they film through the windows, okay? And it's like Paul said, well, you know, gee whiz, if you don't want to be filmed through the window, you know, shut the window, okay? And so in the instance of a drone, okay, in essence, what you guys are telling me is, say there was a business that I wanted to fly, okay, and just to take photos or video of, okay, I could fly right up to their window, okay, and it would be the same as being in a public space because I would be flying from a public space and I'm in a public airspace, okay, even though I'm filming through their window.
Yeah, but my look on it the other day, that combine, okay, the front of the field, I could have just got my drone up and followed them, fly around if I wanted to, but I didn't. I went and seen them, talked to them, and say, hey, look, can I have drones and stuff, and I'd like to be able to follow you around the field, take some pictures and that. Oh, he said, since you asked, yeah, no problem. You know, just asking goes a long way.
Well, yeah, asking is important because you don't want to surprise somebody.
Yeah, but you know, if the guy said no, you still could do it. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's legal to do it.
Yeah, legally. I don't know, Mr. Dre in there, he might be more on the legal end of things there. He's a first responder.
Yeah.
Are you there, Dre?
Hello, Dre.
Hello, Dre. We have technical issues here. We will be with you shortly. Okay. But yeah, there's and I've gone into do a house, a real estate house. And if I see people around, I'll go over knock on the door, I'll go over and talk to them and say,
Yeah.
the house next door is for sale, I'm doing aerial photography. You know, that's all I'm doing, is just pictures of the house. You wonder what I'm doing. Because all of a sudden they see a drone there, like, what the hell is he up to?
Yeah, courtesy
I know, but-
goes a long ways.
You hear me, Paul?
Yes, Dre.
I can hear you now there, Mr. Dre.
Okay, I'm just having some problems with my equipment on my end and stuff. I just listened to the conversation. I heard what Garth was talking about, and I was gonna give him a little bit of my background and knowledge on this.
Yeah, it's always welcome.
When you go, like I said, you went on a tour of this property. Once you enter onto the property, you're subject to their rules and guidelines.
Right, because I'm on their
But
property.
once you enter into their property, especially, like I say, if you paid or you're invited guest, whatever the case is, you're under their discretion of rules and regulations. Now, that's why I tell people about flying off property for a variety of reasons. And that's where you get the advantage of using a drone, because if you're off property, you're not restricted to their guidelines, because you're in the national airspace. As long as the airspace says that you're clear to fly in that area, you're clear to fly. Now, the other issue we talk about privacy is we talk about loitering, flying your drone in a loitering type fashion to where it is quite obvious that you're, getting close for the purpose of viewing into the property itself. That's where you run into some issues as far as privacy violations. And those go from city to city to county to county and even state to state. What they may have is what they constitute violation of privacy acts. There is no standard per se as far as a federal level, but you may have local jurisdiction restrictions.
But laws, you're saying.
Right,
It has to
laws.
be a law.
Well,
But
it's
but it's not-
regulations because the local governments can't make laws, but they can make restrictions. The FAA is now allowing them to do that.
Yeah. And that's just for takeoff and landing. They don't control airspace, but like I say, if you're flying a drone, like I say, you're going to this property and you're flying a drone at the window level to peer inside.
Okay.
Now it's not that you're in violation of FAA regulations. Now
No.
you're talking about privacy violations.
Yeah, it's got
Yeah,
nothing
but-
to do with the
yeah, but-
drone. It's just-
If you can film from a public space into a window with a camera.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes,
that
As I
is
say,
in
depends on
essence
how
what you
close you're
guys are
like-
telling.
like the drones I have that M30T, which has 200 times zoom on it.
Right,
I was out flying the other day. I was over 2,000 feet away.
right.
These guys were fishing at a lake, and I could tell you exactly what t-shirt he had on, what kind of jeans he had on. I could look inside his vehicle over 2,000 feet away.
Yes, but if you really wanted to legally, you could have
Mhm.
flown up right up in front of his face and taken a picture because you were in a public space. And so was your
Yes, like
drone
I say,
because-
now if I'd have got up close to him where like I said, we have even though we're in an open space, there's still what the law would say, expectation of safe distance. Other words, if I get within about 10, 15 feet of this guy, am I really violating his
And
personal
that
space?
M30 is a big drone. It's not quiet. It's intimidating, right?
And that's what,
Right?
So what law is that now? Is that a law?
But it's under privacy laws and stuff like that, right?
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's what you got to be concerned with is things like privacy laws and so forth. As long as
But-
you're at a good distance, you're 100 feet up, whatever.
Yeah.
And, most of the drones out today, you won't even hear them at 100 feet.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, that if you're in a public place, you don't have the right to privacy, if I'm right. Is that right, Joy?
Well, like I say, you don't have a
You're on your
right
own
to absolute
property.
privacy, but you may have what we call safe space. And
Yeah,
that's what I'm
safe
saying
space.
about, the difference of that. I don't, that's why they don't want us flying over people per se, because you're violating a safe space for them.
Yeah.
So I guess I could be adjacent to someone. And like I say, Paul is saying, I have that M30T is a big drone. So
But
I would
what-
not want to
what
bring
law
that
is
down
I mean, is that a
within
federal
about,
law?
I would say 50 feet of people.
It's an FAA regulation.
Okay, so an FAA, it's a federal law and it has to do with safety of
Yes.
an individual. Okay, so I can't take one of my giant, drones and fly it right up into a guy's face. I
No,
have to be a safe distance away.
Yes.
yes,
Okay,
In Canada, they give you an actual distance, don't they, Paul?
16 feet if you're advanced license, if you're a basic 100.
But see, in my mind, I remember, Dre, way back when I first got my 107 license years ago,
mhm.
the general rule of thumb that they used to teach us was
Yeah,
if
arm
somebody's
lift.
on the ground, it's if they were put their arms out like that,
Right,
you cannot
that's a
fly
good-
over top of them.
right. That's a good general rule.
Oh, you
And
can't
like
fly
I
over
said,
the
it's
top of them?
it's about things like reckless flying,
Yeah.
where you're could potentially endanger, or you are, in some instances, people feel like they're being harassed. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you may be flying in legal airspace, but you don't have the right to harass people unnecessarily.
yeah, but what law
Because
is
you're
that? It's
flying.
not, there's no harassment law.
FAA
Well, like I say,
regulation.
harassment and violating private space is a ambiguous term that
Yep.
a judge will determine how you were flying constitute reckless or harassing.
So there's no law, is what you're saying, okay?
I don't want to say there's no law, it's how the law
There
can
could be a
apply.
local judge who wants to throw you in jail because you are harassing somebody by flying a drone near them,
Right,
but it's
It
not a
could-
law.
Yeah, the thing of it is it's, Dre, I would say, as long as you fly courteously, you're
Yes.
not gonna have a problem. But
Right.
once you fly over top of somebody or get too close to
Who
somebody,
regulates what's courteous, but?
then a local judge is gonna make a decision, and then you're gonna have to pay for an attorney, and it may get overturned several $1,000s down the road.
well,
Right,
that's what I'm saying, the person who's gonna be determining what's safe distance is gonna be a local judge. Because I tell you right now, the FAA will not come to your defense. We had a guy down in Louisiana, got charged with the privacy violations, and he was just, even his flight logs show that he was flying just over the property, continuing on further. Local judge constituted as a violation of privacy, even though his records show that he was over 100 feet above the ground. And the FAA would not make a statement or nothing in his case. So there was no violation of his actual flying in airspace. They got him for local ordinances of a violation of privacy. And there's more to the story for as these neighbor dispute deals and all this kind of stuff was actually the case. What the issue was, but this guy got his drone confiscated, couldn't get it back for like 2 years. All this kind of nonsense. Like Paul said, you've got to get a lawyer to fight the charges. So like I say, I mean, most of the drones out today, if you have anything from a Mavic, anything, or a Mini, you could be 80 feet above and nobody will even know you're there,
Right.
you know, and get all the footage, pictures you want and be in and out and nobody be the wiser.
now.
of it and
Yeah, but
stuff.
even if they knew you
Yeah.
were there, they can't do anything anyway.
Hey,
No,
down.
like I say, as long as you're flying in a, like Paul said, a courteous manner where you're not, people are not feeling in
Not
danger, you're not,
harassing, yep.
all that kind of
But
stuff.
what about, okay, here's a for instance for you, okay? I got a drone, right? Okay,
Hmm.
and I want to fly a property or a house or a building, okay, that is not visible from a public space, okay? But I can fly to it, okay?
Yep.
And take photos of it, okay? All right.
Okay,
And say I do that, and now I'm legal because I flew it from a public space and I'm flying it in a public space, or in public airspace, in an airspace. But someone shoots my drone down.
okay.
They're in violation of flighting.
You have potential multiple violations there, because like you say, you're flying from a public space. do you have visual line of sight of that drone all the way to the location and back?
No.
That were your violation. So
Yeah,
you're
but-
in violation of
Yeah,
FAA.
I do
rules.
on my screen.
No.
No, that doesn't count.
Supposed to have visual line of sight.
You have to have visual line of
Oh,
sight
okay,
of that
all
drone. So I'm saying now
Right.
you're in
So
violation
that's
of
FAA
FAA
regulation.
rules.
That's
And
an
then they're
FAA.
in violation of FAA rules for shooting down an aircraft.
Yeah, now if somebody shoots down an aircraft, that's a violation. That's serious.
That's a
Even though the
federal
drone is
offense. I mean,
small,
so
that's
you're
just
at
like
fault.
shooting down
Okay.
a Cessna.
Okay,
Yeah,
so,
you're at fault for a violation of operating your drone, but they're also in violation for shooting down a drone.
okay, let me rephrase it, okay?
Okay,
I have a drone. I'm flying it from a public space
Yeah, well,
into it, and I want to take photos with my drone of a property or building that is not visible to me,
Put them all in the
okay,
would you rather the orange one?
through trees, okay?
okay,
And I go ahead and I fly it, and as long as I can
Just remember,
visually see my
Slow and
drone.
Slow and
So in
sweeping.
other words, if I'm at just above the treetop level and I can see
Yep.
my drone, I
mhm,
can photograph that property.
yes,
Okay,
I was gonna
and if
say
that
the
person
orange
shoots
one,
down
easier
my
to-
drone,
they're
Is
in
it-
violation.
they're in violation of an FAA regulation.
Yes,
Okay,
and I cannot claim that you're on their property legally, anything like that, because you're flying in a clear airspace.
that's interesting situation because, man, you know, with the level of the screens that they give you with these drones nowadays, who's to say that you lost visual? You know what I mean? You got visual.
Well, that's what they're gonna ask about your flight logs.
Yeah.
And your flight logs don't lie.
You know
So
me-
they're gonna go back and ask you, where were you standing at? And they can go back and actually go to that location or even look on a map and says, you're flying at this altitude according to your logs, and you're telling us you had visual line of sight on that drone from that position to where it's at. The logs will tell you yes or no. Right there. So it's like anything else. I mean, it's a recorded document on the drone and your flight logs that will, you know, can make your case or it can break your case.
Right, but you know, you could see it's sort of antiquated, given the level of flyability you have with a screen, okay?
Right. Well, like I said, that and this is why we're talking about things like remote ID, which is even gonna be more of a flight log check.
Yeah.
Because now you're talking about, okay, they can even verify where you were at, apparently through remote ID. They can
And they-
verify your location
And-
along with the drone's location.
And Dre, they have modified that recently too.
Yes.
If you have a spotter, you don't have to have your eyes on them. You have
No,
to
but
be able
the
to
V-
communicate by radio to them.
No, can't use radio. I just talked to Vic Moss. He put out, I guess there's a new, not new, but it's always been there. And I've always seen this argument, people talking about, oh, you use radio. No, it states you cannot use any transmission device between the VO and the operator.
Really?
He has to be, the term they use is co-located. Co-located is the term.
Because it
Which
used
means
to
you
be
need to
that
be in-
that's how a lot of guys got around it.
Yeah, that's what a lot of guys were not, they were self-interpreting the rules because that rule has always been the same and stuff. People to say, well, it didn't say, I said, well, it says you have to be co-located. Co-located is not down the block, not down the street, and you can't use cell phones or two-way radios to communicate about where the drone is or isn't. Co-located means you have to be in immediate location of the drone operator, that you can speak in a normal voice and instruct him of any obstructions or anything else that drone can interact with.
You know,
Yeah.
Garth, some of your questions could be answered if he went and went online. There's online, they'll teach you all kinds of things.
Yeah. And I was just reading today, what Vic Moss posted today was the new standards for FRIAs and CBOs. But it also included the rules for recreational flying. And that's when they keep talking about if you're using the FPV style and you need a VO, and I use that term co-locate. Co-located is the key word they use. And they even describe that he cannot be using a electronic transmission device, which would cover two-way radios, cell phones, all that kind of stuff. You can't use that.
All of my flying, I don't use a visual observer because
No, I've never had to use
I
one.
keep it line of sight, you know?
Yeah, I never had to use one. And that's why I tell people about when I go out flying, I try to find the highest point in the area I'm flying in.
So you can scan.
One for visual purpose, but two for better transmission between my controller and the drone. A
Exactly.
lot of people just pull up and want to fly from wherever they pull up at and realize you might be flying out of a hole. And you wonder why you lose connection because now your drone is several hundred feet down the way. And I can tell people the earth is not flat, believe it or not. You know, it is not flat. And like I say, what we think visually to our eyes may look flat, the earth is curved. And that's why sometimes you can fly a certain distance in one direction and you lose connection maybe a couple hundred feet. And you fly the opposite direction and you got connection for over 1,000+ feet.
Yeah.
Because of the curvature of the earth, which means that actually, you know, the earth is dropping off a little bit, and their connection is a lot more solid going in a different direction.
Do you figure with this remote ID, because they know where the controller is, where the drone is, if you go, say, 2,500 feet or 3,000 feet,
Mhm.
is that going to flag something that says, well, you're beyond the visual line of sight?
Paul, I don't know. I think the remote ID is going to be like our seat belts and airbags.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to worry about it until something happens. Then it's going to tell on you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they're going to have an active system to monitor all flights at all times, because that would create a whole nother infrastructure for them to have that type of network across, you know, the globe or whatever, or at least across the United States for sure, to be able to monitor every flight that takes off and lands. But I think that when something does happen, just like your flight logs, this would be a determining factor of how you were flying, where you were flying, and everything else. It's just something else that, like I say, can make your case or break your case.
Yeah. Okay.
And Corey says they were spying on a lady.
Just fly at 2 million feet, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
JDS. Huh. Yeah, that's the sad part about it is that you've got a whole bunch of people that don't understand the rules and don't know where to go find the rules.
Well, that's always the case where, you know, when we're all guilty of it, where we, like I say, don't take the time to read the rules fully. We go by a lot of word of mouth and don't research it. A lot of YouTube channels that give incomplete information, and plus people use their own interpretation.
Yeah.
And that's part of the problem. And then you get this big old argument about, well, I was told by so-and-so. I said, well, it's right there in black and white under the FAA rules and guidelines under Part 107, which covers all flights, not just 107 pilots. And I tell guys, all UAS flights in the United States are under Part 107, recreational and commercial. And you'll find it on that section. I was just reading this. I have the PDF form here. Let me see if I can pull it up again. Here it is. Let me see. Here. You go to, I'll tell everybody to chat. This is dated 10/20/2022. AC 91-57C is in Charlie. Chapter 2, recreational flyer statutory limitations, I should say. And they'll tell you everything about FRIAs, CVOs, And then when you get down to section, okay, that's about the before you fly. Talk about the weight. Let me see here. Get down to the 200 section. I should say section 2.2.5. And start talking about class B, class C, class D, and class E airspace and all that kind of stuff. And he'll talk about the FPV style flying using Lance, so forth, using the Before You Fly app, which is now Aloft. And even talks about takeoff points from AGL. Talk about you can't go to a 10-story parking garage and then fly 400 feet above. It has to be AGL from the ground, the solid ground, and so forth. They can't be off of another structure, and you fly additional 400 feet from there.
What'd you do?
Yeah. So again, that's if you look under AC, we go back to the top again, AC 91-57 C as in Charlie. That just came out October 20th of this year. And it mainly talks about the new rules on FRIAs and CBOs, and then it goes into the rest of the information for recreational flyers. They talk about under United States Code 44809, which covers recreational flyers under United States statute codes. And I think that's subsection 44809, subsection A, subsection 1, aircraft is flown strictly for recreational purposes.
Yeah, but I think a lot of the things that you're saying though, too, is that earlier there that, nobody's going to really police it unless there's a problem. Then they're going to really look into it, right?
Right. Now, that's why I try to tell folks about remote ID. I said until something happens or something gets reported, that's when they'll use that information to figure out what's good and what's not.
So will that stuff it has to be saved then, right? Someplace on a server?
Well, like I say, all your information is saved in the drone itself, in the controller, in the drone, all the time. I'm just saying that, I don't think it's going to be an active system to my knowledge. I think it's going to be a passive system just in case something happens. Then they can pull that information if they need to, because I just don't see them building a whole infrastructure just to monitor
every
UAS
flight that's out there,
activity.
right? Oh, you want to go outside? Is that what you got to do? Be all wet. Come on, let's go. No?
Yeah, JDS, like I said, if you're flying off of a mountain, no problem. That is the AGL. They're talking about you can't go up on a structure like a parking garage or fly off a roof of a skyscraper and think you can fly additional 400 feet. That is not AGL. AGL is the solid ground. So if you're up in the mountain somewhere and you take off and the mountain elevation is, let's say, you're at 5,000 foot elevation on the side of a mountain, you can launch it and fly 5,400 feet. Not a problem, because the natural terrain puts you at that elevation. It's not a man-made structure that puts you at that elevation to start with.
But if you're on the ground, and I thought if you're on the ground, say a tower is 400 feet, I thought you're allowed to go 400 feet above that.
Yeah, you can still do that. Okay. But they're saying that you can't, like say, fly from a roof or something and then think you're going to get additional height.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Long as you start off on a solid ground, you can go up, and then if you're going to fly over a structure or fly over a tower, you can go that extra 400 feet.
Okay.
Hmm.
Dallas cut her thumb.
What?
Dallas got a picker in her thumb.
Oh.
Mm. Yeah. So how you guys been doing? I know Paul Hodges was on with us over the weekend, Mr. Murray.
Yep.
He was hanging out. He was hanging out with his guys and with Adrian and with me on Saturday night.
Well, what you find, Dre, is if I fly like in the evening,
Hmm.
then I have to edit. So I was editing and listening to you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
understandable.
you gotta get it edited right away there, Troy. Can't wait. Can't wait till tomorrow. It's gotta be done now.
Every day that
You know
goes
what?
by
I am the same way. As soon as I go
Yeah.
flying, I come home and I
Yep.
start editing.
Yep.
You know, I don't want to put it off no longer than I have to.
Well, not only that, is because the ships are current. What good is it to put a ship up that went by 2 days ago? You know,
True. True.
because a lot of the ship people, they tell their family, well, we went through Port Huron and there's a drone video. Check it out. You know.
Yeah. So true.
Well, what you up to there, Justin?
Justin,
Just having dinner.
Oh.
Ray,
It's Justin's birthday.
Justin's birthday. That's right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Good
Justin,
boy. Yeah.
What's up?
where's Sarah at?
Out in the kitchen.
I want to talk to Sarah.
Hold on.
Sarah!
Hold on. It's gonna be a minute. She's finishing up her case.
Oh, okay. Now you guys live in a good sized little town, don't you, Justin?
Yeah. I don't know what the population is. I think it's over 100,000.
Over 100,000? Okay. All right. Just want to make sure.
Oh no, now I'm curious. I don't know what it is. Let me look on Google.
Ooh. So what did they get you for your birthday?
They just made me a dinner I wanted. I don't ever really ask for anything.
Oh, so y'all having burritos?
No, and they made me steak with sauteed Brussels sprouts and with bacon.
Sauteed Brussels sprouts. Now I would never have guessed you like Brussels sprouts.
Oh yeah, I love vegetables like asparagus.
Well, I mean, I like vegetables myself, but Brussels sprouts is an acquired taste. Right up there with beets.
Well, Justin's favorite is beans on toast.
The hell it is. Oh, Winter Haven's. It says Winter Haven's 52,000. So I guess that was a little off.
52,000. Okay,
but
that's
it's
still a good amount
growing.
of people.
I would say it's probably gonna be double that though in the next couple of years.
Well, that's like most places do. Most places are doubling a decade. You know, the town I grew up in,
Stop.
when I was a kid, only had like 20,000. Now it's over 130,000. Almost, a matter of fact, it's at 200,000.
Yeah, it's growing like a weed around here.
Yeah.
I would say Winter Haven's probably gonna be Orlando and Tampa in about 5 years.
Well, what usually happens is just everything starts blending together. There's no more spaces dividing the areas. Everything starts growing so much, the housing, the other development, commercial development, and next thing you know, unless you've been there long enough,
You
you
don't know
can't
what
tell from
city's
one
what.
town to the next.
Yep.
Because just like where I live now, in the city I'm in, and in my old city, where my parents still live, Now they got the freeway was built about a little over a decade ago. It's like, instead of being a 20-minute drive, now it's barely 10-minute drive right down the freeway. And it's like maybe 4 or 5 exits. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, Dre, did Paul tell you about the shooting incident down there at the port last night? Or down there
No.
where he flies at?
Uh-uh.
Hodges has got the video clip from last night.
Yeah, here, if we can find it here. Hang on, give me a minute.
Was it on the Canadian border or the US side?
Oh, no, it's on by where Paul flies from. And he
Oh,
parks.
okay.
Okay, just give me a second here.
Yeah,
It's
that
a
camp,
it's a very short video. Okay, I'll crank up. You have to listen, okay?
The camera was on auto pan.
Yeah. Go to
So
share
the port
screen.
camera or the drone camera?
No, it's on the Stream Time live camera.
Oh,
But here-
okay.
Watch,
Now
listen to
watch
that.
these people down at the bottom.
There's people here at the bottom. Watch.
Yeah.
They turned around and looked back because of the sound.
We didn't
But you-
hear it.
Hang on. Did you hear that?
Nope.
No?
did you hit the share audio button?
Yeah, well, hang on. Maybe I did it. I thought so. Hang on. Hang on. Where'd my mouse go? Oh, there it is. I'm trying to find. Oh, I didn't. Sorry. My mistake. Okay, cool. So I will share again. Hang on. It'll play now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but these people stop and they turn around and look to hear it, right?
Yeah.
But it's play again. I don't know, somebody's shooting into the water just for the fun of it, or there was something going on, or
That's a pretty good sized caliber weapon to hear it like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't even know their cameras had mics on them like that.
yeah. Oh yeah,
I
you
didn't
can
know
hear
they
it.
had sound. Of course, that has to happen when nobody's controlling the damn camera,
Oh, of course, yeah.
you know, because by the time it panned back the other way, the people were all gone, so.
Mm. Like I said, they had another school shooting today in St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Move around there.
Like I said, man, just people are just losing it, man. There's just no place to get away from it. No matter where you think you can move to or whatever, just people are just losing it.
Why do people want to shoot other people? I just don't understand that.
Well, that's why they started that Guardian program here in Florida, like every school now. Whether it's elementary or high school, they have a resource officer, plus they have a, what they call a guardian, and it's like another officer.
Hmm.
So every school has 2 armed officers in it at all times.
Wow.
And that was just because of and you know what's really screwed up, Dre? Is the county, I want to say it was Hernando County or, what the hell was the name of the county? I can't remember the name of the county, but it was one we had the big school shooting in a few years ago.
Hmm.
They were the last county and they had to be forced by the state to implement the Guardian program.
Wow.
The same school district that the school shooting happened in. They didn't want to do it and they were forced by the state to have to implement the program. It's
That's
like,
crazy.
really?
Yeah, that's just crazy.
So it makes you feel a little bit more comfortable. Plus, like all the schools here now, they have like reinforced doors and you have to get buzzed in and everything. You can't just like walk in no more.
Yeah, that's like I said. I mean, it just, even though you're putting all these steps in place, that itself weighs on people's psychic. You know, who
Oh,
wants
for
to go to
sure.
work in a school environment that matches the same thing as a correctional facility?
Yep, I mean, that's true too, yeah.
You
Hey,
know, I mean, you got to
Sarah-
get.
Sarah's in the chat right now.
Was he in the chat? No, I wanted to talk to her live. I don't want to hear. the
Okay,
chat.
you want her on camera. Okay.
No, she ain't got to get on camera. Just go on where Justin's at.
All right, who's here?
Oh, I'm trying to get her in now.
Well, there's Justin.
How's it going, guy?
Good. Hey, Paul Hodges, how did your
Yeah.
sign thing go?
Oh, I ended up had to do two of them.
Oh, really?
Go and do another one.
Wow.
Well, it's funny because I was on my way down to Port Stanley to do that other sign, the first one, and the agent calls me. She says, "You know, when I text you, you usually say, acknowledge that you got it." I said, well, "You never sent me a text message. I never seen nothing." So anyway, so she wanted to sign up today or tomorrow. I said, "I'll do it this afternoon. No big deal." No, because it was opposite way from Port Stanley. So anyways, I went and did it. But she sent me a text with the address. And I said, "Well, I got that one, but I didn't get the earlier one because it would have been under the same phone number and it wasn't there." So
Hello, guys.
Hey,
Hello, Miss
Sarah.
I was a little disturbed about your statement today regarding your husband. He told me you guys live in a city of some 50,000+ people and you can't find nobody, no friends other than him.
Well, I have other friends, Dre, but he's my main one.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure you mentioned like he's your friend. I'm like, you gotta have better taste than that. I mean, you married the man, so that was enough of a sacrifice for you.
I didn't.
I don't know what bet you lost, but it is what it is.
Contrary to popular belief, I did not lose a bet. He was not a door prize or a dummy prize.
Yeah. Was he? What's the old Christmas game? The elephant, white elephant.
The white
gift?
elephant, no. He was not what's behind door number 1. No. And you know what? A lot of people, when we said we were getting married, this time 15 years ago, were like, "Oh, you won't make it past 2 years." My grandmother, my father's mother, the day of our wedding, pulled me aside and said, "You don't have to get married. You don't have to marry him. Nobody will know. My car's parked right outside. We'll just go in and I'll take you right outside. And nobody will need
run
to know."
now.
And she was like, because I was pregnant with Kelsey and everybody thought it was a shotgun wedding. And
Oh,
I said, "No, I love him. He loves me. We're going to do this for the distance." And she said, "Nobody has to know. You don't have to get married because you're pregnant." And she said, "I'm going to tell you a secret. And if anybody knows, if anybody finds out in the family, I'll know that you told." And so she was like, "When I got married to your grandfather, I was pregnant with your father." And she claims that nobody in the family knew. Well, when she died, it came out that everybody in the family knew.
Yeah.
But no, she tried to talk me out of getting married to him. But, and I laugh at the people who said that we wouldn't make it past 2 years. And look, here we are going on 15. And it hasn't
Well,
always
like
been
I
easy.
said, I heard that same little whispers in my ear when I got married. And I'm going on 40 next year.
Right. I mean,
So,
I've
like I
been
say,
married to him.
I applaud your determination and your resilience, because I know he can be a handful.
He can, and I'm his biggest cheerleader and he knows it. And it hasn't been easy. It's been dark a few times, but we've always seen the light. And he knows he can't find it any better than me.
I was going to say, Justin, you got to keep her there, guy. You got to definitely keep
Oh,
her.
he knows. He knows he's got to keep her. Who else
I-
would make their husband steak and asparagus and potatoes for the birthday?
All right.
Oh, Brussels sprouts, my bad.
Yeah, butterfly. All
And
right. Well,
bacon.
thank you for your confirmation. I just want to make sure, this wink or nod your head, and we know you've been held hostage.
Well, I'll let you know if I'm ever held hostage. If I'm ever held down, it's by my own free will.
Okay,
Here's
you have a
Justin.
great evening.
You too.
Okay. You're off the hook,
Hey, Paul.
Justin.
Hey, how you doing? Frank the Tank's here.
Hey,
guys.
Frank, mobile.
Up, Frank.
Yep, I'm heading to my son's hockey game, so On my way
Ooh,
there, I decided to pop in and say hi.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it been cold there, Frank?
No,
I don't
no,
think
it's not cold here at all right now. No, weather here is pretty good. It's at 17 Celsius,
Ah,
whatever that is in Fahrenheit. I don't know.
well, Dre's down in the warm country.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah?
And I'm wearing a coat today because it's only in the upper 60s.
Okay.
It got up to 83 today.
Yeah. Well, we got the Santa Ana blowing today with a little bit of cold air. So it's a little bit breezy out. So they're supposed to go away by tomorrow night.
But what was nice about it, Dre, though, it was a manageable 83. Like I wasn't sweating working outside. It was actually nice.
Yeah, the humidity was a little low.
I mean, it was high, but I don't know. It just didn't feel like the heat was there.
Yeah, well, I said the humidity probably was a little low. 'Cause that's what as you guys heat is a humidity factor.
But I'll tell you, last week when I was up in Yulee, oh my God, it was nice all week, like 70s. And then you'd get up in the morning, it'd be like in the 40s, but then by, 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock,
Yeah,
it'd be in the like low or high 60s, low 70s, just really nice.
yeah, that's what it was out here last week. It was barely peaking in the mid 70s, and that's why I flew as much as I did last week, and before I came back to work.
Oh, that's the best time to be if you have to work outside too.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. So, Paul, where's the rest of your crew? I don't see Mr. JD coming on today. Is he hiding?
JD's been kind of on again, off again.
Oh,
Oh, he's been busy with his RC stuff. Plus he has, I guess a girlfriend.
Yeah,
girl-
he's got a new
what
special.
does that mean? Is it a girl?
Well,
or not?
I don't know if they're actually dating, but they've gone on a few dates together.
Yes,
Oh,
But it's somebody he's known since high school, so.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
yeah. The
Well,
other
I-
day he didn't come on because he said he came into the chat and says, "Well, I can't stay because I gotta clean the house because I got my special company coming."
Oh boy.
And then he said she worked at what, a mortgage broker or something?
Yep.
And I said, you're just trying to get your house refinanced.
I say, Justin, she's way out of his league, huh?
Yep.
Oh boy. Well, good for him. Good for him.
You know,
Yeah.
JD is like, what's awesome too about JD is he owns his own house and the shit's already paid off.
That must
Oh,
be nice.
Yeah, it is.
Must be nice.
Which is
Well, if you start
awesome.
young and you work hard, you get it paid off early.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, 'cause
did you get a chance to fly that new little drone?
I knew you were going to ask that. No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I gotta make time this weekend. I just gotta make time. I just gotta set a time and say, okay, that date or that time, I have to go outside and fly the drone. I think this weekend is gonna be nice, so it's a good time.
Well, let me ask you something, Frank. Is that drone really rated for outside? Is it infrared or is it?
No, you can fly it outside as long as there's
Okay.
not a lot of wind. They
Okay.
show in the video, they actually show in the video somebody flying outside. So yes, you can fly it outside. But it can fly inside. I'd rather try it outside first. I do have 2 dogs, so I'd rather,
You're
Try it outside.
chopping it out of the air mid-flight.
yeah. I'll be right back. Go get this hockey stuff out.
Was I've seen some people do reviews on like the little RC helicopters and stuff. But they would be like that infrared controllers, and I guess outside they I guess the sun messes with them or something. So somebody in the comments was saying when I was watching a review video a couple weeks ago. Well, Bo's pup box came in.
And I'm off to get some coffee at Tim Hortons.
Oh, there you go. Look, you said Tim Hortons and
I'm only one that
tapped
do that.
right around.
Did I wake up somebody?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you probably woke up David and Laura way across in the UK.
How's the flea inspection going there, Paul?
So far, so good. But he's kind of tangled up a bit here, so I can probably give him a bath tonight.
We just got our new dog this weekend, Saturday, I believe we went to pick her up. It's a Royal Poodle. It's a big poodle.
Okay.
It's going to be about 60 pounds when she's old, mature. She's 5 months right now. And she plays with my Shih Tzu, but man, she ever rough. She doesn't know her own strength, and she just like puts her paw on the other dog, and the dog just like, whoa.
Yeah.
When he's watching them.
Yeah, how did you started a whole Tim Hortons thing? I bought a box of Tim Hortons K-cups, you know, and I'm almost down to, I think I only got 2 left.
Oh, yeah. This company Lunan, I got a drone from them a little while ago. It's a kid's drone. Did a review on it. It flew okay. It's not bad, but it's you can control it with your hand, which I never figured out. But the instructions are in Chinese also, so I never could fly it with just your hands. But they just messaged me and they want me to review another drone. So they're gonna send me the money on my PayPal, then I buy it, which I like dealing with them that way because I don't have to buy it first, then they credit me. I buy that, they credit me, I buy it, I wait 2 weeks, and then I do a review.
Not a flea on him.
It's only $85 Canadian. It's not an expensive drone. It's under $100, but we'll see how it goes. It's a kid's drone.
Well, Justin, did you get rid of all your drones? I thought last time you told me you only had one.
I got the Spark, the Tello, and the Mini one still.
So you just strictly gaming now?
For the most part, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what are you guys gaming on now? I know you guys are doing GTA for a while.
I did GTA. I have Sniper Elite 4. I haven't dived into yet. I got Tomb Raider and what is it? FPV. It's an FPV game that Epic put on for free that was like normally $10, so I snagged that up real quick while it was free. I did an episode, a little video of that. But mainly I've been doing GTA still, but I've been doing the RP servers.
Yeah, well, let me know when you start playing Battlefield 3 or you start playing World of Tanks.
World of Tanks. Yeah, I was actually looking into that one.
Yeah.
Watch this. He's gonna pull up to the order window here.
There, pup box came in. Halloween thing.
Is that the peanut butter box?
So they got a ghost, like a I don't know what you want to call that. A bandana,
Yeah.
little squeak ball, little knife, A big rawhide ear looking, probably a pig ear, I'm assuming. And then a bag of treats.
Oh, not there yet.
Yeah, I've been playing Battlefield from I'm thinking Battlefield original version through 2. I stay with 3. I play it off and on. There's just not any really good servers in the US anymore. Most of the servers are overseas, which means
Okay, I'll have a medium double, please.
which means my latency is high all the time.
Yeah, and I think if I'm not mistaken, Battlefield 3 is a little old too, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's an old game. It's an old game. It's just like I said, it was just one of those games that just was so good when it was out. It's like I said, I've had it for probably 15 years.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is like they'll shut the servers down, but then people will start up their own servers.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That people had their own. I was with a clan for a while, and we had our own server.
Yeah, I'll
for
have a
about
medium
5
double
years.
and a medium dark roast black.
Medium dark roast black and
Give
medium
me a
dark
dozen glaze.
That's all.
that, so I'll be 384.
Yep.
Thank you.
There, I ordered your double.
Yeah.
Oh, that's messed up. He ordered it and he's not even gonna get to drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some games out there though that have a huge cult following and
Yeah, Battlefield's one of them. Like I said, I wish they had some servers or in the US so I get better latency. World
There's
of
so many
Tanks-
different versions of Battlefield. It's fun.
Yeah. And like I say, World of Tanks is kind of getting that way. That they shut down the West Coast servers, so all you got is the central servers, and then the next ones you got to pick up on are down in South America.
Yes.
Lot of Spanish players and a lot of servers are going on.
let me look on Epic real quick. I wanna see. I think they have it on there if I remember correctly.
No, nope.
What, you don't use tap?
It's another 4 years or 2 years, whatever, the hands of wasting school. Anyway, what I want to do is only take a full degree away. No.
What, you don't use the Tim Hortons app there, Tank?
Work in the city of Ottawa.
I ain't seen no box of donuts getting handed over.
Yeah. All I need is a high school.
Okay, now I need your address to go deliver that coffee.
Yeah, okay. Okay, about 9 hours to the west.
No, it's okay. I'll give it to the coach.
Yeah.
Well, is it a practice or are they playing?
No, they're playing. It's a game. He actually played yesterday. My son is a goalie. He played yesterday, did very good, kept the team in on first period because it was just amazing the saves he was doing. And they won 4-1. So, and it's not the other team that scored on him. It's his own defense that's actually scored on him
Wow.
yesterday. So,
Hey,
but tomorrow,
Speak
Evening,
of the
guys.
Tim Horton hordes.
Did I hear somebody mention donuts?
That's why I said he says going to Tim Hortons. I said, I bet you Laura and David pop up in here.
Yeah, Laura been chatting to me. Hi, Lenny.
I just stopped at Tim Hortons. I got Paul at double.
Yep. Yeah.
David doesn't like Tim Hortons.
Oh,
So he says.
He took Laura there. Tell him what you ordered.
I ordered 1 caramel coffee, 2 toasties, a fruit juice, and Timbits. I think it were, and it came to £30.
30
Oh.
pounds in UK.
Yeah, times that by 1.5 on Canadian. Woo-hoo.
Dre,
Oh,
which one do you
$45
play? World of
Canadian.
Tanks?
Hey,
Or
Marie.
World of Tanks splits.
World of Tanks.
Yeah, Steam has it. for
I'd like
free.
to know how much one medium coffee costs at Tim Hortons. What I'd like to know.
Yeah.
Are they competing with Starbucks on the pricing?
I don't know. Must be over there.
In the UK, that's the first one open, I think.
No, we've got a few. They
But
seem to be appearing up everywhere now.
The medium
Oh, yeah.
coffee here's $1.92.
Yeah, when a company opens up in a new
That's
market,
cheap.
though, they'll sprout up everywhere.
I know. I think what they call was it a Vente at a Starbucks? I think that's the medium. A Vente is a medium. That's about
Yeah.
at least $4 to $5.
Oh,
Yep.
geez. I'm quit drinking
Yeah, the
coffee.
Starbucks is expensive coffee, yes.
Yeah, we have one here in town now.
Starbucks is for the elite.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's not
that's
the
why I
same
keep
type
driving
of
right
coffee.
past on my way to work every day.
Yeah.
I'm not elite
Yeah.
enough.
It's not brewed the same way. People have to realize that. You want brewed coffee like Tim Hortons, then you buy what's called an Americano. An Americano is almost what you get at Tim Hortons. And it's about the same price as Tim Hortons. But as soon as you go in the other one, it's a heck of a lot better coffee, but you pay more.
You know what annoys me about Starbucks?
What?
They
The price?
charge us VAT and then don't pay it to the fucking government. Robbing bastards.
Well, David, let's hear your point of view on your new prime minister.
And he loves them.
I
Time for a
hear,
general election, I think.
I heard Boris said he's not going to run.
No,
Oh,
Boris
he-
couldn't get enough support. They got a new prime minister.
Yeah, we've now got a new prime minister.
He's-
Boris,
he's American educated.
Oh,
Boris had a,
Stanford grad.
Boris had
How do you-
102 supporters. Yeah. And 74. And when they had the meeting, only 74 turned up, but 22 of them spoke, and only 5 of them put the name forward.
Wow.
Yeah,
Talk
but
about
Boris
pulling the
Boris-
rug under your
is
feet.
conservative.
We'll put it this way. If we don't get the general election soon, it's going to be a nightmare in this country.
Mm.
Because
Yes.
the Tories, are, and I'm sorry about this, the racist party. They don't like immigration. They don't like Muslims. They don't like anybody. Yeah. In fact, they don't like British. I don't even know why they're a British party.
oh,
And they definitely don't like her.
God, that'd kill me.
those aren't real.
Neither is her
That's not a
race.
true.
I'm going to be
That's
honest.
not a true British woman.
None of that is real. Where's the belly?
Oh, I thought that was the new prime minister.
No.
She could get anything through.
Yeah. So, just to point something out, our new prime minister is of an Indian heritage,
Yes.
and he's the head of the now everybody knows it, the racist party.
Well, he used to handle the monarch's money, so I guess he kept them living a life of luxury, making help out the rest of the country.
Well, it's gonna be interesting because already you've got a lot of the Tory voters kicking off saying, we're not going to have a vote for him. We're voting Labour now. We're not having none of that. If they ever wanted to boost the Labour support, they've done it.
Mm.
Well, we have
think-
some politician. We have some politician here that got voted in, but they are not pledging allegiance to the new king. Like they said, no, we're not going to pledge allegiance to the new king. And then, like, hey, listen, you're asked for a job, you asked to be in parliament, you have to. Like, if you don't, you're not gonna be able to sit in parliament. That's period. So people are waiting to see if they are gonna get a seat in parliament now. It's
Is that in
crazy.
Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Canada.
They've had that in Australia as well. But like they
Yeah.
say, you don't pledge the allegiance, you ain't getting in. Which I think is wrong.
Yeah.
Everyone has the right to an opinion.
Well, I
Hey,
say a
Justin,
lot of
what's the-
times it's grandstanding. These guys
True.
make these
Everybody
statements
has a
to,
right.
they make these statements to appease their little groups, but
Yeah.
they'll eventually play ball.
Hey, Justin, what's your new poster?
Where, up here?
Yeah, the new one up there.
It's the AMD logo, the Game of Republic logo. That's the GTA 5 map,
Uh-huh.
and then my logo.
You're breaking up, Tank.
Yeah, Frank sounded a little robo, isn't he?
But it's what happens when you drink Tim Hortons, it breaks up the, internet.
Oh yeah. Well, I gotta get going to get into the arena.
Okay, Frank.
Catch you
Good
later,
luck,
Frank.
good luck with your son tonight.
Peace.
I'm downloading World of Tanks now.
Justin, that poster behind your head, is that for the XYZ adult chats that keeps getting posted in
I want this on my front porch.
What now?
Did you see it, Justin?
Yeah, I was asking David what he was talking about.
I said, is that poster behind your head the one for the chat channel that keeps posting in Paul's chat?
Which channel? What are you talking about?
The chat channel thing that keeps getting posted and Nightbot gets.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't see the poster behind your head, basically.
which
Oh,
one?
there
are
you
you
go.
His
talking
head's too
about?
big.
This one?
Yeah.
His head's too big.
You
That's
need
just
those
everybody's
posters.
channels.
You need those posters to be blown up, make them bigger, so we can see stuff.
Well, these are just stickers from everybody's channels on both of those.
Isn't that what the middle one is too? Characters of everybody's drone.
Yeah, that was the size that he made it. I didn't blow it up
Okay.
to that.
Well, yeah, but
It's
you got-
actually pretty big. It's like 11 by 16, I think.
Yeah, but you can't see it in the chat very well. You need to take it to Staples or something. Tell them to blow it up at 4x8.
Have you still got Staples over there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They closed down over here.
I don't ever shop there because you go in there and buy a pack of pens, they're $10. Go to Walmart.
That's why they
get the
closed
same
down
pack-
over here.
Yeah, you go to Walmart, get the same pack of pens for a third of the price. I went in there to look for those file folder boxes that you can fold out,
Yeah.
the real tough ones that had the lid and everything.
Mhm.
I went in there to get one because I needed one to put some stuff in my truck when I had all that paperwork. They wanted like $30 for two of them. I went to Walmart, they had one for like $4. I was like,
Well, when
"Oh,
they
hell
closed
no."
down over here, me and Laura went in and they were selling them boxes for £8 each, which was fine. And then we went round the corner and they had all this stuff that had just been chucked in these boxes
Brother Ken.
that they were just saying, you can take £5 and take them. It was like, I'll take that and get the box.
Oh yeah,
I paid
when they do those clearance sales over here, some of the companies will actually go as far as selling the shelving and everything.
Yeah.
You'll go in there and they'll have price tags on the shelves, the displays. Like they'll try to sell
When
everything they
when
can.
Comic closed down, we went in and we asked if he had any carpet cleaners left. He said the only one we've got now is the one the staff use. I looked at Laura, went, oh well, missed out. Went to walk out. He went, no, you can take it.
Soon as we finish up in a minute, you can have it.
That's like Best Buy. I have a feeling they're not going to be around much longer because they look, I don't know. Every time I go into Best Buy, their shelves look really scarce. I don't know. They seem like they're going the way of Circuit City. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of shops struggling over here.
Well, over here, it's all down to Amazon and Walmart. All the other companies, like a lot of the other retailers are struggling. Those two, they only care about each other. Everybody else is peons. All these other companies, they could care less about. Because they're the only two that are operating billions of dollars in the green. Like they have money. Like Walmart and Amazon can spend $10 billion on researching something and not think twice about it. Where, you know, these other companies are, you know, $10 billion in the hole for the last 4 years. They just can't
Yeah.
compete with them. If Walmart would have waited, if Walmart would have not jumped on the online shit when they did, they probably would have went the way of Kmart.
Yeah,
But they invested a lot of money really fast to catch up with it, try to catch up with Amazon. They were smart about it. They didn't just die off and let their company die off.
Strangely enough, online shopping seems to have died out over here. It's still a big market, but people have decided actually it's better to go in the store and see what you're getting. Because Amazon and the supermarkets, what they were doing, they were showing pictures of, like, me and Laura, we buy the big bags of birdseed. Lasts us 3 months. And we buy one from Amazon, and it will come and it'll be like quarter of the size, even though it claims it's the same size.
Well, it's like,
So
yeah.
we've decided go back to the shops.
The one niche that Walmart has pretty much dominated now when it comes to online anything is their online grocery, man. You go to the Walmarts now and there's 100 cars waiting in those spots to get their online grocery. Because they don't want to go
They're not
inside
delivered
the
to your
shop.
door.
They do, but you can do the free pickup where you place your order, they go pick it in the store for you, you go drive right up to the spot and they bring it right out to your car and you're
yeah,
done.
but that's gonna die away too.
It's
No.
going to die away because people have clocked on. I mean, we've done online shopping.
Yeah, that's the COVID.
And what-
That's a COVID
yeah.
thing, you know what I mean? So
What happened?
we got that here at a couple of our local grocers too. Where you
Yeah,
can do
I
that same
don't-
thing.
I just don't, I don't really see that dying off only
The only
because
problem you have is you can't see the dates on the products you're buying. So they go, it's still in date, and it'll say the 24th on it.
Yeah,
and then-
but it's
But you've only
more-
got until midnight to eat it.
it's,
But as
it's-
far as they're concerned, it's in date when they delivered it or when they picked it.
it's like a Uber driver, basically. You know what I mean? They just one of the people in the store shop for you your order, okay? And you know, that's basically it. I mean, it's great. It was really, really cool, especially during the COVID thing where people didn't want to go, you know, and be in a store with a bunch of people around and stuff, you know. So
yeah, but I can kind of disprove that a little bit of why I don't think it's gonna die off is because in Florida, we had no lockdowns. We were locked down for like 2 weeks and that was it. And then they lifted everything and we were completely open the entire time. When I was a manager at Walmart, we went from picking about 150 to 200 items a day for orders to literally almost 20,000 a day.
I can tell you why it's gonna die
All right.
down, Justin. It's really simple. It's money. Okay. Right now, you know, it's a big deal because you got people that are hired to do the shopping for you. Pretty soon, you know, it's gonna cost more money. Okay, and that's when it's gonna die down. Okay,
That's when the supermarkets start adding that cost onto your bill.
that's right.
And
Either that or
the petrol prices will go.
they'll slowly get rid of the service. Okay, and they'll say things like, well, you know what, we didn't have enough people wanting to do it and stuff. And it'll become a pain in the ass. You know, you'll call in an order and you go there and you'll sit there and it'll take forever for it to happen. And then you'll get tired of waiting and you'll say to hell with it. I'm not doing that again.
Well,
you
the
wait
only
and see.
reason why I don't think that, because if you look at Walmart's quarterly reviews, they're gaining about $200 to $400 million every quarter from that. Like, that's how much that they're gaining in profit off of that. Now they are doing an Amazon or Walmart Plus thing. And it's actually cheaper than Amazon's yearly membership. I think it's like $80 a year or something. So they are charging a membership for that now.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
are
it's a fad. That's the thing.
Well,
What
you know,
people realize that it's actually better to go in, you know, because you look at when they first started offering this delivery to the door, you would say order, as an example, Justin, don't get a bit stressed out on this, Heinz baked beans. Yeah. And they would,
and toast, right?
yeah, and toast. But if they didn't have it in stock, they would go for a higher branded product. Yeah. Now they're not. They just knock it off your bill. They go, sorry, it wasn't in stock. Was there any other beans? Yeah, but we've knocked it off. You didn't ask for them.
Yeah, but this is the
And
thing
suddenly,
too.
once you start not getting the products you want, or, you know, short dated stuff, tins that are damaged, you know, look at Morrison's. They've gone into this online retailer with actually Amazon. And their products are coming. Everyone thinks they're getting the same products until it arrives.
Now,
And they're going, because it's online, we're 10% cheaper. Yeah, but you're getting 50% less of the bloody product.
But you're also thinking you got to think too, is you guys are kind of thinking from a generational standpoint, right? Because another reason is because when I worked at Walmart, one of the major problems we had was people in like Murray's age range were the ones that complained about self-checkouts. The younger people, boom, they would go in there and out. They didn't give two shits about the self-checkouts. They don't care if there's cashiers in there. That's what I'm saying is Walmart and Amazon are catering to the younger generation's laziness. Think about it.
The problem with
well, yeah, but still, it's going to be a cost thing. I guarantee you.
With
Now,
self-checkout, you
I
are
will
saving
tell you
money.
that shipping and shopping, I don't think is going to go away. You know what I mean? Like, for example, stores like Target that have groceries, you know, of course, Walmart's just like this too. They have groceries and merchandise stuff and things that will not perish that you can order online and get free shipping. That's probably what they're making a lot of money on right now. Like I can call them up and say, hey, send me some, cans of beans. Okay. And a couple of things of something I can make toast out of. Okay. You know what I mean? For X amount of dollars delivered to my door. Beans and toast delivered to your door.
Yeah, but but one of the like Amazon's a perfect example, right? Amazon and Walmart both have the same strategy. They'll lose money to make money. So like Amazon loses over $1 billion a year in shipping costs, but in return, they're moving $10 billion worth of merchandise.
But Amazon has got a big problem. Amazon has opened itself up to a massive, massive problem. And it was once eBay's problem. It's now Amazon. Amazon went to eBay's customer base and went, come and sell with us. We'll even store it for you and ship it for you. Sell through us. And all these Chinese companies was like, hell yeah. And now all of a sudden, you cannot trust the products you get from Amazon. It's Chinese crap. Take this. This is supposed to be a PC riser card. It's not.
Well, that's just something Amazon's going to have to figure out.
Well,
Yeah,
as far as Amazon goes,
customer risk problem.
The problem
like I said,
is,
as far as
Amazon's
Amazon
dealt with it.
goes, I have to agree with Justin. Amazon's got his hands in so many things. People don't even understand how big Amazon is. We're here talking about consumer shopping, whatever else. Amazon's biggest profit margin has nothing to do with the online shopping. It has to do with their data storage
Yep,
facility.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
AWS. When you see the initials AWS, That's Amazon Web Services.
Mhm.
They have the NFL, the NBA, they have World Soccer League,
Hundreds of
whoever
billions of
else in their
dollars.
back pocket. They
Yes.
do all the data service for those leagues.
But
And
the
they've got
problem,
multi-million contract with them for years.
but
So I
Amazon's
said
already,
what they may lose on shipping or what they may go with cheaper suppliers for goods and services.
but
They're making
Amazon's
all
losing
on
customers
data
over
storage.
here really fast. Amazon
but
Prime customers, they're losing them like God knows what, because it's just crap.
But in the grand scheme of things, though, you guys are a very tiny market compared to the United States.
Yep.
You say we're
Where
a tiny
you-
market,
Yeah, but where you guys would spend $1 billion, we'd spend 100 billion. There's a big difference in market size and market
but the
spending.
difference in market size is it's actually cheaper to distribute here. So
yeah,
the profits will be higher.
Right, but if Amazon decided to pull out of the UK because you guys just didn't want them no more, they're not gonna go anywhere. They might
Yeah,
lose
they
a few
wouldn't care.
$1 billion. I mean,
They
they might lose
They wouldn't
5
give a rat's ass, you know?
yeah, they might lose $3 or $5 billion.
Has your
by
Amazon
pulling out of
Prime
there,
cost just gone up?
but, I think it's still what, 14 a month?
14 a month. Ours has just gone up to $8.99 a month
And then
because they're struggling.
you can get it for like $4 if you're on government assistance. But there's tons of companies that give it to you for free. I just signed up with Boost or Metro PCS and got that free phone. I got a free Amazon Prime membership with it. I only have to pay for it. It's good for the life of my phone, of my contract, or the life of as long as I stay with them and pay the bill every month, they pay my Amazon Prime for me for the life.
Well, Amazon used to offer that here with different mobile companies, but they realized they weren't making money on it and they stopped it.
Well, it's like I said, it's like a lot of things. They offer something to get you signed up for it, and they don't keep it going. It's like with here in the States with cable companies. They always got the brand new introductory price to
Yeah.
get you hooked in, and after the initial 2-year entry level contract, the rates go up.
Oh yeah,
And
they'll
I
give
know
you, like,
people who
really
play
good rate.
musical cable company or musical internet providers jumping from one brand new contract to another brand new contract to another one because they keep trying to switch up providers and get the cheapest rate, and they all play the same game. We'll get you for a couple years, year or two, and then we're going to jack the rates up on you.
Yeah, that's happening over here. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's just the game they play. They offer you a great deal.
our
as the introductory
government
offer,
are
and then
actually clamping down on that because what
Yeah.
they're saying is if you can offer it that price for a new customer, you
Mhm.
must be able to offer it for all customers.
for
Yep.
existing customers.
But
So
see,
your
this is the-
existing. So what happens now is they go, when your contract ends, your price will go up unless you renew your contract.
Right.
but
Often, if I renew my contract, it's cheaper than when I originally signed up.
But see, the only
Because
problem with
they're
that,
desperate to keep
David,
people now.
is you start putting a bunch of laws in place like that, and companies are just gonna be like, fuck it, and they're just gonna leave. Like, that's the problem, is those laws kind of stifle.
You say
I wanna
that,
s-
but companies are staying and investing more.
But see, like, if a company like Amazon pulled out of America altogether, it would probably damn near kill their business overnight. But see,
No.
they can do that in your guys' country because that's a very small market if they're an international company. Like if Walmart decided we're not gonna sell no more over there in the UK, they wouldn't kill their business.
It would kill their business. And I'll tell you why. Amazon UK or Amazon SAL is based here in Ireland for its location. They need the UK for Europe and for America because by selling it here, it's just a drop in the ocean. But they need us here to bring it through us and back out into America because it's cheaper to import it into here and then into America than it is to import it from China straight to America. Amazon would be stuck without the UK.
Oh, when it comes to distribution, they have so many facilities. It doesn't matter what country they're coming from. Like I said, that's why when you got Prime, you get it within 24 to 48 hours. So I think the longest I ever had to wait for an item that came from overseas, maybe 1 week. Other than that, I'm getting stuff 24 hours or 48 hours at my door. So I know it's not coming from overseas. I got 5 Amazon facilities in my city alone.
I'll point something out to you. I can order something here now before midnight
Mhm.
and have it here tomorrow.
Right.
And
That's
it's
what I'm saying.
coming.
They got enough
Well,
facilities.
it's
in each
coming from
location.
either Germany or China.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is that they have so many facilities in regional areas and even global areas. The shipping part is not an issue because they got stuff stored. And like I said, unless you know exactly there's some specific thing that you know you want from a certain dealer that you know is located somewhere else and they don't have it stored locally, that's the only time you're going to have waiting time. Other than that,
Yeah.
there's no way they can actually get
But
something out of China.
I'm also
to
going to
through
point something
customs
else out to
to
you.
wind up in the UK, just like here in the US. Everything's got
I
to go
don't
through
know
customs.
if you guys have the same problem that's happened over here. Amazon have been busted because what they do is they'll say to Garth, you're selling them TVs, sell them through us. We'll stock them for you for a small fee. And it's
Mhm.
cheaper than, say, trying to sell them through Tesco's or Sainsbury's. So Garth goes, yeah, I'll have that. But once the deal comes to an end, Amazon say, sorry, all your TVs didn't sell. Ship them out. Get them out. And it's actually not worth these companies in China taking them out. And it ends up in the bin. And it's become a big problem. They've actually got
that's a
videos.
problem between the supplier and the distributor. You know,
But
it
that's
does,
what
it does
Amazon
not,
are
it does
doing.
not
Amazon
affect
are
it.
screwing people over. And that's another.
Well, that's part, as we call in America, that's capitalism in America.
But
We
it's,
always screw over somebody.
but
And a
it's
lot of
become,
times it's the little guy who gets screwed over.
but you'll find that some eventually these Chinese retailers will go, back off. I'll sell it through Wish. I'll sell it through AliExpress. I'll sell
And
it.
you know what? AliExpress got a bad reputation here in the United States, and Wish is the king of cheap knockoff, whatever you want to buy. So they don't have good reputation. Amazon has established itself as the go-to online place. They have surpassed eBay and everybody else.
Yet here in the UK, Wish, yeah, it's not as bad as it was, but Amazon now getting a real bad reputation for faulty, fake, second-hand items.
Yeah, that may be. I'm just saying this. That might be happening in the UK, but I know here in the States, most folks have never heard of AliExpress unless you're into drones. That's about it. Most folks, like I said, if you order something through Adorama or through the other company in New York, I can't think of their name, who sell drone equipment, they deal with AliExpress or get some supplies for them for their parts and so forth. AliExpress is like, because AliExpress uses DHL. DHL left the United States over a decade ago for regular everyday delivery. You have to get some kind of special to get something from DHL here in the States. It's either going to be what's the knucklehead, UPS, Postal Service, or it's going to be blue and white guys. Help me out,
FedEx.
Justin.
FedEx, just
FedEx.
disappeared.
Yeah, FedEx. That's the 3 carriers you're going to use here in the United States, pretty much, hands down.
Our courier market is chaos over here. We have Hermes, which is now called Every. There's DPD. There's Royal Mail, Parcel Force, DHL, FedEx, UPS. I mean, I love the UPS guy. I really think that guy deserves a credit because every day he comes up to the width restriction here. He knows goddamn well his van ain't going to fit through there, but every day he tries it. It's the same driver. It's like, I look at him and I'm like, why are you trying to do that? You know it's not going to fit. He's like,
let me ask you this. Now, does your Amazon have its own fleet?
they have two. They have actually, they've got 4 different ways. They've got the Royal Mail service.
No. I'm talking about Amazon themselves.
Yeah.
Do they have their own fleet?
Well, that's what I was about to say. They've got the Amazon through Royal Mail, Amazon through Every, Amazon, what do you call it? Agency drivers, and then Amazon's own.
Okay. Because basically, I mean, some areas we have, Amazon trucks themselves, or they have a smaller company, a smaller subcontractor that use, sometimes these guys are like Lyft drivers. They use their own personal cars and they deliver
Yeah, we
your
have
stuff
that here.
and stuff. So, I mean, that's the two main, I would say, main things that Amazon uses here is they either have their own routes, their own trucks, or they'll use a third party delivery person who drop your stuff off in a private vehicle and stuff.
Yeah.
Unless it
We
does
have the
go through a major carrier.
Yeah, we have the private, we have the Amazon. It's quite weird because we have 3 different types of delivery.
Mhm.
We have, 4 if you count. You have the courier ones, which is in the morning and midday. And then you've got Amazon in the morning. Then you have an Amazon afternoon delivery and an Amazon evening delivery. The Amazon evening normally comes from your local depot. So mine's from Basildon. My afternoon ones tend to come from Ipswich, which are much further out. And then the Amazon morning, they just pick up and they just go. They just grab it and drop it.
Yeah.
Half the time, there's not enough parcels for them to run a whole thing. So they just literally fly out there, pick it up from the depot when they get the text and run it straight to you. You get it within it's supposed to be within an hour. Sometimes you get it within 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah. So like I said, it's just the distribution part on Amazon. That's why I say Amazon has its hands in a lot of things that people are totally not aware of. And
Of course it
I
has.
say the web services is something that they snuck up on and didn't even make a big noise about it and change
still don't.
the logo a little bit and shorten the name to AWS, and a lot of people don't even have a clue.
You'll be surprised when Amazon services go down here. So say the Amazon website goes down, it makes me laugh just at how many companies go down. Some full, you got Sky Broadband and TalkTalk, they get taken out when Amazon goes down.
Yep.
It's like, you're an internet provider. Why are you getting taken out?
Because all their data is stored on Amazon's storage
Servers.
farms.
Yeah.
Server farms. Yep. That's exactly it. Well, gentlemen, it's
I'm
almost
surprised
time to
Amazon
get out
hasn't
of
got
here. So I'm
into,
gonna bid you adieu.
Okay, Dre. Hey, thanks for popping in, buddy.
Not a problem. Appreciate it.
Have a
I
good
can
one.
see, I can see David's all heated. I can see the flames on the back of his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that what's going out the back of my head is Amazon's next market, energy. Energy
All right.
market.
Take care, Garth.
Okay,
Mr.
Dre. Take
Hodges,
care.
Catch you later.
Murray.
Hey, guys. Yeah.
All right. Later.
Yeah. Amazon will be in the energy market next.
Paul, are you going for coffee tonight?
Well, I'm not going anywhere tonight.
Okay.
Hey, Paul Murray, you see the Paul Draguth is on your way down to Port Huron there.
Yeah, but it's way up.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours probably out, I'm thinking.
The next one downbound is the Victory. A articulated tug barge.
Yeah. And the other one up by Lexington or Port,
You got the Algoma Intrepid is north of Lexington. You got the Paul Tregurthas at Port Sanilac.
Port Sanilac, okay. That's a couple hours, right, Paul?
Yep. Yep. Arthur Anderson is about 3.5 hours.
Mhm.
And the Honorable James Overstar, it's about the same. The Overstar is doing 12.2 knots. The Arthur Anderson is 11.3. The Paul Tregurtha is doing 11.5. And the Victory is doing 9.3.
So do you look on marine traffic? Is that what you look on?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I look on too. That's pretty cool, isn't it? That's pretty
Well,
neat.
you got to be careful if you're really tracking a ship.
Yeah,
because they lie on there.
yeah,
They'll say
Yeah.
that ship is way out like Lakeport,
yep,
and next thing you know, it's popping around the corner on the
yeah,
cable.
yeah. You gotta track it over time, you know, so.
Well, I've got some interesting news for you guys.
What's that, David?
Our local estate agents has agreed to help us find a property,
Oh,
and we're going to view one.
Well, good.
Don't mean we'll get it, but we're going to view it, which is a step in the right direction.
When?
They're going to ring us tomorrow to arrange the date and time to go and view it, but we're going to go and view it as soon as possible.
Good.
And I contacted the doctors about the letter I received at the weekend about my medical results. That's pretty bad. And they said to me, which was quite funny, you'll have to wait for the hospital to contact me. They cannot discuss it. However, they will offer me counselling for the news that's coming my way. And they said the solicitors will be in touch. So before I even get the news that I know is going to be bad, they're actually preempting it and putting their solicitors in touch with me to start talking financial regress. I don't know what money's going to do, but
what's a solicitor? That's a lawyer? They're a
Yeah.
lawyer? Oh,
Yeah, solicitor is a lawyer.
yeah, don't know what the money's going to do for me when I'm in a coffin, but
Justin said that
yeah, the
his
power.
power
bill.
glitched.
Yeah, I thought he dropped out pretty quick.
Oh, his power went out?
Yeah.
Just when he was bragging up Florida and how great their, services are and stuff, right?
Yeah, as he's bragging it up, yeah. Somebody in Wyoming went, "Oh, you think so, do you?" Poof.
We got a generator, a gas powered generator. And so we don't care,
Talking about power, earlier this evening, me and Laura are packing boxes, and all of a sudden there was a mighty blue flash and a bang, and all the cockatiel's quiffs were stuck right up. They'd only gone and chewed through the power cable.
Oh, Jesus.
But the funny thing is, none of them are injured.
Is that what the flames are behind you?
Yeah, but none of them are injured. But you make a slight click or a bang, they don't half freak. They won't go anywhere near that corner now. Yeah, they went straight through the live section of the cable.
Wow. Eek. You're muted, Paul.
I think he's talking to someone.
Oh, okay. They're probably talking to each other.
Cheers, Sparky. Thanks for the feather.
Anyway, guys, I think we're going to call it.
We'll see you guys.
We'll see you again next time.
Present from Sparky.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Sparky. Okay, everybody in the chat, thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again next time.
Take care.
Marie, take care. Bye.